The end result of this incident of two feuding neighbors, one who had lost his home where he was roommates with someone who was in danger of being evicted because she couldn't pay her high utility bills, and Health and Hospital Corporation would have evicted her had they gotten turned off and not been turned back on. At that point, Blake Cook became homeless. He is a subcontractor, a mason, who did try to earn income and dig his way out of a bad situation as far as residency went. He did work for people in the neighborhood. Thelma Payne was one. And now the incident has escalated to one where Thelma and Blake are at odd ends with one another and disputing because Thelma is having a party and does not want Blake's belongings making an eyesore to her property. She did call me, her neighbor, and tell me to tell Blake, who is also doing work at my house for the emergency order, to move his property right away. And Blake doesn't have the finances to have someone come out and move it, so Thelma acted by calling the police in, and the police supported the position that yes, he's in the process of moving things. It wasn't fast enough for Thelma, so she took action by taking his most valuable possessions, his tools that he works with, and dragging them into her backyard, fenced-in backyard, so that he would be forced to move everything off her property, excluding his most valuable possessions, his tools, his work tools. But everything else would go before she would budge on giving him his tools back. And the police's position on that was only and could only be to support Thelma's action of confiscating Blake Cook's most valuable possession and putting it wherever she wanted to put it, because as the homeowner, it is well within her right to claim whatever property is left on her property, according to the law officers. And anything other than that would have to be settled in court. They cannot order Blake to go in and get his property from Thelma's fenced-in yard. Only a judge in a court can do so. And according to the officers, that is not likely for a judge to order such things as taking, even though it was your belongings, from another person's property. This can escalate and has escalated into violence, and violence that has led to injury, accidental injury, and even death. Such situations as these, with people such as Thelma Payne, a senior citizen, and who has been a pillar in the neighborhood for community needs and political elections, and very well knows the system very well, as she has lived here for many years in this neighborhood. She's learned how to deal with the system and has even bought a few of the homes that end up in the market herself. The property included was bought in the sheriff's cells. She is well aware of how to use the system. Even though she is on a fixed income, Blake felt that she would be able to pay him for the work he did and for putting $400 worth of plants in her yard. Therefore, when he put his property on her property and she allowed it, he assumed that was a fair exchange and went along with accepting the $25 that she gave him for planting $400 worth of plants, his own plants, into her yard. Thelma took advantage of the situation when it was to her benefit, and then decided when she was going to give a party that she no longer wanted his belongings here, and decided to use the system that she knows so very well to have him remove it or lose it. This is Gail Jontz with the Jontz Report. All right, this is the Jontz Report back with a statement from Blake Cook.
Hi, good morning. I'm Blake. It's unfortunate that this had to happen. I was given the impression, because this empty place that she owns was heated and with light, that I could move on the inside of that, or a shed that is very nice. It's not just a shed, it's like a new structure that I can move into that in return for mowing, cutting, planting, raking, going to the grocery store with her. She's in a wheelchair, getting her things. A lot of that I didn't mind, but I told her from the beginning, I'll work for cheap, but I don't work for free. That's it. Thank you.
Just was telling you what I'm doing. All right. Now, this is Thelma Payne with her final statement.
You don't have to do that.
Statement
You don't
on.
have to do that. I don't
Okay.
want to be part of your. I don't want to be part of your. I don't want to be part of your.
Well, okay.
No, honey.
You don't have anything to say about it?
Accepting that I believe in the acceptable and the truth, and I will resist the unacceptable anytime I get a chance or need to.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I'm doing. I don't want any more. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Thelma.
But I do not give you credit or permission to even repeat anything I said.
Okay. Thank you, Thelma.
It's a personal conversation between you and me.
Okay. I will delete this part then.
What?
On any further on the failed system that has put them turned two friends into enemies. And so often, this happens so often, that I can only hope and pray that we can fix this failed system and create something better for people who are homeowners or home renters or business owners, small business owners that are trying to survive. I can only pray that we can get a better way of doing things. This is Gail Jontz with the Jontz Report.
Shit. No. Shit, thank you.
Bye, Jade. We love you.
Goodbye, Jade.
This is Jade, folks. This is Blake's dog. Used to be my little red-headed baby girl, but our dogs didn't get along, so Jade protects the outside. She's got a job she does. For some reason, my camera is zooming in, and I didn't ask it to, so it's hard to get. There we go, and there you have it. Blake Cook and Jade Cook.